Hi again, everybody, and welcome back here to the WWE Fantasy LOG. We are the League of Opinionated Gentlemen. I am James Phoenix. Joining me, as always, are Geoff and Jon. Okay, so if you saw the last video, you know that we drafted our fantasy roster, and we will be using the fantasy roster to score points to superstars across the next 3 months. Every 3 months will be a new season. And every week we're going to score it, and when we score it, we're going to talk a little bit about Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, whatever's going on in the WWE. So, should be fun. So, we're going to go ahead and open this up.
Also, every 3 months, we're probably going to change our team names.
We might do that also, and that's perfectly fine. Of course, relevant news.
Meteorically lucky and managed to keep all 3 members of the Shield again.
Yeah. And the chances of you being meteorically lucky enough to do that are slim because you can only save one. And somebody, if it's not you, gets a chosen pick.
That's going to suck. That means I'm going to have to choose between 2 champions, man. What?
Come on, be Cass. Yes, of course, relevant things going on this week. Of course, Finn Balor was injured in his match at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins and had to relinquish the Universal title only 24 hours after he won it. And so there will be a Fatal 4-Way match next week to determine the new Universal Champion.
Yeah.
In the interim, we have 4 possible contenders, and now we're going to hear a little about them and how they qualified on Monday Night Raw. So we're going to open this up with Raw, and we're going to go from there.
We here at the League do wish Finn Balor a speedy recovery.
Indeed we do.
We need you, Finn.
Indeed, indeed. We also wish recovery to Sasha Banks, who it's rumored is also dealing with an injury.
After what Charlotte did to her, which almost fucking paralyzed her from the waist down, yeah.
Yeah. That is true. So, let's do this. We're going to start off with Monday Night Raw, as per the usual. Let's see, where are the results for last week's Raw? That's not what I wanted. That's a video. I want to see the past Raw results. Here we go. It's down here. Okay. So, let's open up the program. And now feel free to chime in here with commentary as we go. What's that, John?
I said, you got it, dude.
How rude. Just a little, for those at home wondering exactly how we run this, we should just let you know. Winning a match on SmackDown or Raw earns a superstar 20 points. If it's a specialty match, they get an extra 10. If a superstar is on a winning team in a tag team match, but is not the team member who gets the pinfall or submission, they will get 15 points. 5 points for a no contest or a draw. 4 points will be lost for a DQ loss or a countout loss. And 5 points will be awarded, an extra 5 points for if you win the main event. 5 points in general for competing in a match to anybody. 6 for interfering. 3 for eliminating an opponent if it's an elimination match. 3 for use of a foreign object. 1 for hitting a finisher. 4 for competing in the final match on the program. 3 for escaping a finishing move. 3 for being in a specialty match. 5 for an OMG moment, which we will define on whatever we deem to be an OMG. Usually it's
put through tables, cells, crap like that.
Yeah, things like that, through the barricade stuff, or just anything big, crazy moves. We will not be scoring it based on the OMG definition of the game because we will not be awarding it for, say, KO's apron powerbomb. If you're not in a match, an appearance will get you 3 points, 5 if it's on a pay-per-view. 5 points if you're on a guest commentary, 5 to accompany someone to the ring, 5 for a promo, 10 if you're a guest ref, and 10 if you get ejected from a match. You would think that'd be negative points, but I guess not. Also, championships, winning a world title gets you 50, retaining it gets you 25. Winning the IC or US gets you 40, retaining it gets you 20. Winning a women's title gets you 35, retaining it gets you 18. Winning a tag title will get you 30, retaining it gets you 15.
All right.
No. With all that out of the way, also winning a pay-per-view match gets you 30, and competing in a pay-per-view match gets you 8. Throw those in there as well. An appearance in pay-per-views is 5, so pay-per-views are always worth more than a regular weekly program.
Right. But
what's that?
I was going to ask something, but if you're not done with the scoring yet, go ahead.
I was just going to remind everybody that we are only scoring the weekly programs, Raw and SmackDown, and pay-per-views. We will not be scoring NXT. There are no NXT superstars on the roster. We will not be scoring Talking Smack or any bonus content on the WWE Network. We will award an appearance point for a superstar for getting set up for a Stone Cold or other podcast at the end of a Raw program. They will get an appearance point for that.
All right. So
but Austin is out of the roster. He will not get any points. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is, and I probably should have asked this before we went on the air, but I know we had discussed the possibility of doing this, and I was wondering, did we want to include points for signatures as well as finishers?
We could do that. A point for either? Or did you want to do 2 for a finish or 1 for a signature?
That's kind of what I was thinking. What do you think, John?
It'll be hard to keep track of it, but
well, we're not going to keep track of every single one, and let that be known right out of the gate.
Yes.
With our viewers, we won't know every single finisher and or signature that is done. So if we miss one, don't flip out and bitch at us.
Yeah, and it should be noted up front, we will be do our scoring based on the listed results on WWE.com. I also use the recaps on Raja.com as a backup because they are sometimes more detailed in regards to specific moves.
Yeah, and of course our own memories because we actually
watch the portions of the programs that we see. Unfortunately, we all work, and I regularly get home and see about half of Raw. Geoff sees about the last half hour. Maybe a little more, and I normally see the last half hour of SmackDown, and Geoff doesn't see it at all. I'm not sure what Jon sees of either. Oh, wait, Jon doesn't see either because Jon doesn't have TV. Never mind.
I see the pay-per-views.
Jon is our pay-per-view correspondent. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have cable.
Indeed.
But I don't know. What do you guys think? Signatures or no signatures?
Sure.
I'm okay with it. So, again, do we want to just say they're both worth the same or make finishers worth more?
I'd just make them work the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. It's easy because it's 1 point. It makes it real easy to calculate.
Yeah.
It should also be worth noting to our viewers out there that for determining what's a finisher and a signature, we use, I know it's not that great a source, but we use Wikipedia.
Well, the stuff on Wikipedia is cited to other sources because, unfortunately, on WWE.com, they list all known moves as a signature move. They don't call something a finisher. So, we will also accept relevant arguments of somebody's finisher in the WWE 2K16 or 17 video game. Because, theoretically, that was programmed, so, yeah, that's what they went with. But let's go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on.
Let's do this.
Indeed. So this will be our general rundown for our program. We're going to open up. We'll always open this with an introduction. We'll talk about some relevant news and things. If there's been injuries, suspensions, alterations to rosters, what have you. We'll look at the previous week's leaderboard, see who was in the lead going into that week's scoring. That one obviously we're not doing this week. And pay-per-view scoring, if it's applicable. We will score it before the relevant show, so if it's a Raw pay-per-view, we will do it before Raw. If it's a SmackDown pay-per-view, we'll do Raw first, and then the SmackDown pay-per-view, and then SmackDown, so that we're not jumping back and forth. And if it's a joint pay-per-view, we'll just do it first overall. And then we'll do Raw and SmackDown, and then some final thoughts. So that's what we're going to do. The leaderboards will be on this page once we have them and I make them. And these are our team listings. If you want to know who's on each of our teams, this is our roster. Feel free to pause the video and read through. Scroll down here. You can also see us drafted in our previous video where we drafted the rosters. Feel free to check that out. That was a lot of fun.
So let's set the names.
Indeed. We'll now announce our team names. Right now they're listed by our names, but we will alter them. So, first up, Team John, what is your team name?
Team Bullet Club.
Excellent choice. If you're paying attention at home, folks, that's because he has all 4 members of aforementioned Bullet Club. Okay. Team Geoff, what is your team name?
The Shield. Or Team Shield, I guess.
Team Shield. Very well. Unfortunately, I don't really have much of a theme running through mine. I kind of got randomness, so...
It's a new day.
You can call yourself Team Viperville.
I could.
Well, you have Enzo and Cass. Name your team after them.
Team No Enhancement.
Yeah.
Team Bonafide Stud.
Ha, there you go.
Can't team that.
There you go. That's good. That's good. That's not bad.
You go Team Bo Leave.
No.
You're going Viperville.
Actually, no. I don't know. I guess. How about this? Team Viperville Jerichoholic. How about that?
That's a long-ass name.
No? Okay, fine.
I'm
Oh,
fine
yeah,
with it.
Jericho. That's right.
I'll just call it Team Jerichoholic. Fuck it.
There you go.
Team Jerichoholics.
Team
We'll just go with-
1005 Holds.
Ah, nice. I still kind of like you can't team that, though. That was really good.
You should use that. I like that. It's long, but it works.
If I ever get Enzo and Cass, I'll do
There you go. Yeah, fuck it. It makes me unique. We'll go with that. You can't team that. Perfect. We're doing it. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Okay. By the way, if you ever hear me call these two inadvertently Marcus or Richter, it's because those are nicknames that they've gone by in the past that I'm used to calling them on the air. So,
Don't forget to change the totals.
what do you mean?
Change the team names on the totals.
Oh.
Thank you. Right, valid point. Okay. So we have our teams. We are drafted. We did do some trades. You can see those in the previous video. And we're going to dig into Raw here, and we're going to see what happens, because this is going to be crazy.
See how badly we got fucked up by this.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave the I'm gonna leave the score sheet up so people can see me scoring as I go.
Okay.
I do most of the math in my head, but if the numbers start getting big, I will bust out my computer's calculator. But yeah, should be fun. Let's hit it up.
Or you could just toss all the numbers into an errant cell on Excel and let it do it for you, because Excel's a giant calculator.
Yeah, no, I like breaking out my calculator. It makes me more confident in things. So,
Librarian.
yeah.
You didn't say abacus.
Okay, fair enough.
Why does librarian mean old? Since when did those two things become synonymous?
No, I said Stone Age librarian.
Okay.
And he was making the point, you're not that old. And I said, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, calculus
No.
is still pretty recent.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I wasn't around when the abacus was in use, but I know you have fond memories of it, Geoff.
Well, it was
Anyway,
a Chinese invention.
I only vaguely know how to use it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Most things were Chinese inventions.
Yeah, except the things that Americans claim are Chinese inventions, like fortune cookies.
Ah. I
Funny
don't know.
how it works out.
I know. Go figure. Anyway, let's dig into this. We've been digging around on the air long enough.
Okay.
So, We're going to open up Monday Night Raw, and at the opening of Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor relinquished the WWE Universal Championship due to injury.
So, hey, he starts out giving you points. There you go.
Get promo points.
Indeed, that would be promo points for Finn Balor. Stephanie and Mick are authority figures, as we stated in the previous video. Authority figures are not on our list and do not earn points. Neither do commentators, announcers, referees, or any of those other people like that there.
Non-competitors.
Non-competitors, yes. So that's effectively, that is promo points for Finn Balor. So that is 5 points. No, that's an appearance. 5 points for a promo, plus 3 for an appearance is 8 points to Finn Balor.
Okay.
Since I don't have the formulas programmed in, I'll formula run the totals at the end.
Okay.
By the way, it should be noted that the way we run this is if a superstar comes out, they will get appearance points for the first time they appear on the show, in addition to their promo or match points, whichever it is. Or rather, no. If the superstar competes in a match and that's their first appearance of the night, they will not get appearance points. If a superstar appears first in a promo, that counts as an appearance, which they will get on top of their promo points.
Fair enough.
But only for the first promo.
I'm okay with that.
Any further promos will only receive promo points.
That's fair.
Further appearance points will be awarded if the person just happens to show up in the background. But your initial promo only gets you 3. Or do we want to give 3 for the match? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think the way you had it was fine.
Yeah.
The first appearance.
Then we're going with that. Okay, moving along. First non-match appearance, if any.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, so let's continue it on. We go back over to the... Okay, so Demon King did his thing.
Demon King golf. Fuck up.
So Balor gets points now. However, we will continue because Seth Rollins then came out and cobbled together a case to inherit the now vacant title.
Appearance and promo points to Seth Rollins.
Appearance promo to Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn, Jericho, and Owens were quick to name themselves as worthy of an opportunity, as did Roman Reigns, and surprisingly, Enzo and Cass.
So they all get promo points and appearance points.
They do. So let's go in order. Seth Rollins gets 8 points. And Sami Zayn gets 8 points. And Enzo and Cass each get 8 points. And Jericho and KO each get 8 points. Okay. Points being awarded. Let's continue. So next up, Rollins and Zayn. We're going to be the opening match in this here thing. The qualifiers for the Fatal 4-Way. Yes, it was announced there will be a Fatal 4-Way on next week's Raw to determine a new Universal Champion. There will be 4 qualifying matches this evening to determine who the 4 men in that match will be. So Seth Rollins defeated Sami Zayn to advance in the tournament. Apparently, Sami Zayn had a bad landing off a springboard that tweaked his ankle, which gave Rollins an opening.
Fair enough. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do a rehash of Sami Zayn and KO.
You would think, but they realize everybody's sick of that.
WWE realizing people are sick of something? Nah.
Yeah, well. So anyway, that's a pedigree. So therefore, Seth Rollins earns himself 20 points for a match win. 5 for competing is 25. And an additional point for his pedigree is 26 points to Seth Rollins.
And points for being in the match at all.
I gave him that.
Oh, I thought you just gave him points for match win. Okay,
no, 20 points for win, 5 for being in the match, 1 for the finisher.
All right. How come you switched back to your camera?
I didn't do that intentionally. I don't know why I did that. Let's go back into the screen share.
We're looking at the stash, so now we're looking at a tiny screen.
Better.
Why are we looking at a Word document?
That's a score points. I got to switch it over. Sorry, hang on. I selected the wrong one. Hang on. Give me a minute. Fly, everybody.
There you go. All right. So match points to Rollins.
Yes, 26 points. So 26 plus his existing 8 points puts him at 34 points.
Yep.
Okay.
Match points to Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn gets 5 points for competing in the match. Puts him at 13. All right. So, that happened. Moving along. Now, let me open up my Raja.com for purposes of being able to verify. Because WWE.com does a good job with recapping their matches, but they have a habit of, unless it's a major promo in the ring, skipping promos. So that's one of the primary reasons we use Raja.com as a backup. It's a site I like to get my wrestling news from. And we like to use that just for the sake of making sure we have something to back up on. And the people who do the recaps of this are usually pretty good on detail, so that's helpful.
Fair enough.
Looking for the Raw results. Here we go, Monday Night Raw results. So I guess we follow this up right up with another match of Kevin Owens versus Neville. Neville.
I get my first jumping Jordy points.
There you go.
Yeah. Everyone knows Kevin Owens. Let's see what we got here. Let's see.
I get
So apparently, the man over gravity forgot was running roughshod over KO until the Jerry came to KO's aid, allowing Owens to get a barbaric clothesline, and he interfered again when Neville set up for the Red Arrow, and this time Owens secured the win off it when he tripped him up and then hit a spinning torture rack neck breaker. Is that a finisher? Anybody?
What was that? What's that? The reverse TKO?
yeah.
Is that a new finisher of his? I don't know. To the Wikipedia's, Jim.
Yes, Argentine neck breaker.
There it is.
That's
Okay.
26. So he has pop-up powerbomb and the Argentine neck breaker. I don't know.
So, let me get this straight. The man who hasn't really injured anyone by doing a powerbomb yet, they're worried it's going to injure him, so they give him another finisher. The man who has fucking nearly crippled one man and fucking nearly ripped the arm off the other with a fucking powerbomb still gets the move. How does this make any sense?
Well, in all fairness, they have to give him something. They already took away his smash people's skulls against the ground move.
He still smashes skulls against you, and he has a pedigree.
I know, but that's not nearly as smash to the ground as jumping on them and stomping their face into the ground.
That's why it was funny when a lot of the comments were like, well, with the turnbuckle powerbomb, he used to do that as a setup for the curb stomp. Now he doesn't do that. He doesn't need that.
Yeah. Fair enough. So let's see what we got here. So we've got Kevin Owens wins a match, so he gets 20 points, 5 for competition. 1 for the finisher is 26 points to Kevin Owens.
Yay.
There's KO. Here we go. So he also ends up with 34 points. And then Chris Jericho receives accompaniment to ring points.
And did he actually come out with him?
He interfered twice.
Yeah, but you only get the accompaniment points if he actually came out with him.
I'm assuming he did since he was there.
Fair enough.
So 5 accompany points. And then he also gets 6 points for interfering in a match, which is 11 points to Chris Jericho.
It's more points than that.
And then we also have
Adrian.
points to Adrian Neville for competing in the match.
Yay.
So 5 points to Neville.
I have points.
Neville. Does Jericho interrupting the Red Arrow before he could jump constitute a finisher escape for Owens?
No.
Okay, moving along. Rolling right along. There's our copyright strike for the video. So next, the WWE Tag Team Champion, one half of them, Big E, defeated Carl Anderson in a one-on-one matchup. Let's see here. Big E scooped out a mid-sprint Anderson for the big ending.
You gotta finish it.
Gallows did attempt to interfere, but the other New Day members intervened and put that in. So technically, do both teams get interference points then?
Yes. No. You don't think so?
What did they just tried to interfere. They interfered with each other, right?
Yeah.
Anderson tried to interfere, and the other rest of the New Day stopped.
Anderson was wrestling.
What's that, Jim?
Gallows. Anderson was wrestling. Gallows tried to interfere.
Did they actually ever get in the ring?
I don't know. Let me go over to the other recap and see.
Did they have an impact in the match?
Okay, well, let's see here. Yes, Gallows dropped Big E behind the ref's back.
Okay.
Then yeah, I would say all three of them get interference points.
Anderson gets back in the ring, but Big E catches him with a big ending. So it looks like Gallows interfered, but it doesn't. It doesn't say that the other two attacked Gallows, but one would assume so.
I thought you just read that they stopped him.
That's what the WWE.com recap says.
They probably slid in after something.
What it says is, but clearly having the New Day at full force changes the complexion of any such match, as they were able to neutralize an interfering Gallows.
Yeah, so it sounds like they interfered themselves to stop Gallows.
Okay. So we're going to do this then. Let's start from the top. So Big E earns 20 points for a win, 5 for competing, and 1 for the big ending is 26 points to Big E.
Yeah.
Big E. And then each of the other two members of the New Day will receive accompaniment to ring points, which is 5. And then interference in the match is another 6, so 11 points to each of the other members of the New Day.
Okay.
And then Anderson gets 5 for being in the match.
Okay.
Carl Anderson. Who has Carl Anderson? Oh, right. Duh. Team Club. Okay, so he gets 5 points for competing, and then Gallows gets the 11 points for accompaniment and interference.
Down. There you go.
Okay.
Wait, so the guy who interfered got more points than the guy in the match?
Yeah.
That's how that goes. Sorry. That is the rules. Now, however, we're not quite done because I noted here, before this match happened, all those guys were in the ring and cut a promo.
Okay.
So promo points to everybody as well, and that would constitute an appearance, so 8 points more to everybody that was involved in this matchup. More, and Kofi gets another 8, and Xavier Woods gets another 8, and Anderson gets another 8, puts him at 13, and puts Gallows at 19. That's the Anderson, Gallows, oh, and Xavier I got, Kofi, and Big E. Okay. So that was that. Moving along. Next up, we have a promo. Wow, the other recap skipped this promo. Interesting. So, Titus O'Neil made his way to the ring and proceeded to call out Darren Young.
Okay.
Basically, Titus O'Neil says, he basically said he's completely fine with how the primetime players ended in saying that the loss to the New Day that ended their tag team aspirations is what positioned him to jettison Darren Young, who was the weaker member of their team, and strike out on his own. And his recent matches with the Mr. No Days Off have only served to remind him that he made the right choice. He called his former partner out to bury him, but got Bob Backlund instead, who attempted to throw hands on O'Neal and tried to put him in a chicken wing, but unfortunately, Titus got the better of him and kind of tossed him aside. Then Darren Young showed up and came to Backlund's aid, only to eat a clash of the Titus.
Okay.
So, Titus O'Neal gets himself 8 points for the promo, and 1 for the finisher is 9.
And doesn't he get a finisher escape?
Technically, that's true. You're right. That'd be 12 points for Titus O'Neal then.
It's on your side.
Thank you.
I forgot. I saw the O.
I'm not used to the new rosters yet. And then Darren Young gets himself an appearance. He didn't actually cut a promo. He just showed up, so he gets 3. Let's see. Make Darren Young great again. Oh, I have the primetime players. Huh. Missed that. And then Bob Backlund gets 3. Wait, Darren Young's getting 5. Darren Young gets 3. What am I doing? And then 3 to Bob Backlund plus 1 for the chicken wing is 4.
Yay.
Okay.
Wow, Bob Backlund's actually paying dividends. What the hell?
I know. Well, he gets appearance points every time he shows up. I mean, he gets something out of him.
Oh, but he actually, the first time he's on my roster, he actually applies a chicken wing. I'm like, wow, a finisher point out of the guy, too.
So moving on to the next qualifier, Big Cass defeats the U.S. champion Rusev via countout to advance to the fatal 4-way match.
That's bullshit.
Well, Rusev was not in any shape for this as he came out with massively taped up ribs after the assault from Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Did he have Lana?
He did have Lana. Lana introduces him, as she always does.
Did he ever?
So, kicked it into high gear when Rusev kicked Enzo Amore in the head on the outside. Big Cass went off to a races, hammered on the injured torso, and forced Rusev to basically throw up his hands and leave. He said, the hell with that. He's got one title. He doesn't need another one.
So much for the super athlete.
He probably had like 9 broken ribs. Cut him some slack.
That's why I said so much for the super athlete. You don't see that kind of stuff stopping Superman, John Cena.
I'd point out to you, John Cena got his nose broken with a knee and disappeared for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just saying. Hashtag knees to faces. Anyway, so we're going on this. A Big Cass gets a victory here. So that gets him 20 points for the win and 5 for the competition. So 25 points going to Big Cass off of that. Puts him at 33. And then Rusev Machka gets 5 points for competing. And then Lana gets 5 points for accompanying him to the ring. And there we go. Oh, but by the way, Rusev then loses 4 points for getting counted out. There are negative points. Sorry, John. So Rusev gets 1 point.
Yeah. Lowest possible.
We're U.S. champions.
All right.
Well, lower than that, you can get negative points.
True.
So moving along here, we then had a one-on-one match. So we have another promo going on here. That's here. Owens and Jericho argued in the back about which of them would become Universal Champion. I guess that constitutes a promo.
Yes.
So that'd be another 5 points for Owens and Jericho, respectively.
But it does not count as a match, even though it was a shouting match.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. And then we followed it up with Charlotte coming out with Dana Brooke to cut a promo about winning the women's title. And then Mick Foley comes out and says Sasha will get a rematch when she comes back from her injury. But for the meantime, he's signed the hottest free agent of the new era, Bayley, who will have a shot at the women's title at the forthcoming pay-per-view. But first, she has to go through Dana Brooke. So let's see. Promo points to Charlotte and Bayley, because I don't think Dana Brooke talked at all.
No. Go through Dana Brooke. She fucking destroyed Dana Brooke.
8 points Charlotte. 8 points Bayley. And
Dana Brooke.
that's right, Dana Brooke. She didn't talk, so she doesn't get. She just gets appearance points for that portion. And then we go into the match, and Bayley won the match
With a Bayley to belly.
with a Bayley to belly. So that's 26 points to Bayley for winning the match.
Woo!
Sorry, 34. And then Dana Brooke gets another 5 for competing in the match.
Charlotte gets accompaniment points.
Charlotte does get 5 accompaniment points. Now, the question I have, did Charlotte try to interfere in the match?
I don't know. It was over too quick.
Doesn't look like she did. Fair enough. So, in the back, we cut to Roman Reigns, who says he's going to shut Chris Jericho's mouth tonight, so Roman Reigns gets appearance and promo points.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, have you been looking at signature moves, too, for all these matches?
I'm looking at whatever's listed.
Okay. Because isn't Rusev... Because didn't you say Rusev kicked someone? Isn't his super kick a signature move?
I'm not sure. Let's find out.
Yeah, super kick guns.
Or like side kick. Yeah, I think that's a signature move.
Rusev. Let's see. No, his finishers are the Accolade and formerly the Bullplex.
Signature.
Oh. Jumping sidekick, if that's what it was.
So another point to Rusev.
Okay. Sounds good.
There we go. I'm looking at this.
Point to Rusev.
Oh, because I actually saw the Roman Reigns match, and I'm not going to get stiff Superman much points.
Fair enough. Moving along. So, let's see. Sheamus cuts a promo on Cesaro in the back and says that unlike every sports team in New York, he's going to be a winner. That's a burn.
And that
Also-
makes me for Sheamus.
Also, the Yankees say hi.
Yankees suck. Yankees suck.
Marlins suck. Marlins suck.
Well, yes, I can't debate that, but still. Anyway, give me points, damn it.
Sheamus gets some promo points. That'll be 8 for Sheamus.
Woo.
And then we're going to move on to a match between that young up-and-comer Braun Strowman and local talent.
Which nobody drafted, so.
Yep.
Fair enough. Gosh, Strowman's going to be the only Wyatt family member that's going to get me any fucking points. This is sad.
Also, appropriately, Strowman didn't just pin him. He pinned him twice,
Did he use his finisher?
forcing the referee to count a second pinfall after he'd already defeated him with the reverse chokeslam.
Does that mean I get 2 match win points?
I don't know. John, what do you think?
Was there a bell in between to signify it was the second one?
I don't know.
Because I would say no, but I kind of want to give him an extra point for the fact that he just pinned the guy twice for no fucking reason.
Because apparently he reverse chokeslammed him, got a pinfall, then he jackknife powerbombed him and pinned him again.
Are either of those finisher or signature move for the young up-and-comer?
Well, the reverse chokeslam is his finisher. The jackknife, not that I know of.
To the wiki.
On Strowman. Let's see. Nope, just the reverse choke slam as of right now, or the Yokosuka cutter is also on there.
Okay. One finisher point. I mean, I'm fine if you don't want to give me second match victory points. I was Ben's making a joke about that. But. Or if you want to give me like one extra point just because he dared to do that, I'm fine with that too.
That was his promo.
Yeah, I'm okay giving him an extra point. You want to do that, John?
Yeah.
Okay, so Braun Strowman gets 28 points to Braun Strowman, the young up-and-comer.
Woo.
I was kind of hoping the wiki said one of his finishing moves was like a shooting star press or something.
That would have been a well, Richter, it's a wiki. You can make that happen.
I know, but I just think it would be funny when you're like, it's the Yokosuka cutter, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I just wanted something.
I don't even know what a Yokosuka cutter is, but okay. I mean, obviously if it's a cutter, but besides that.
If you put the shooting star press as one of his moves, you have to put in brackets Brock Lesnar version.
Oh God, no.
Oh God.
Boy, the hair's like skid. Hold it off.
But let's move along back to the program.
Okay.
By the way, whether this is relevant or not, it was noted when he came out that Byron interviewed the jobber, who was named Johnny Knockout, who noted that he took the match because he, and I quote, likes big sweaty men.
I remember.
End quote. Not sure if that's relevant, just thought I'd mention it.
But someone needs to take local talent because they would get both match and promo points every week. Because Byron Saxon interviews all the local talent.
Well, we'll deal with that later. In the meantime, the Dudley Boys have to come out and retire.
Fair enough.
Supposedly.
Yeah, you get Dudley Boy points.
So they came out to the ring and made their announcement. They shook announcers' hands. Did their thing. But they were interrupted by, of all people, the Shining Stars.
Yes. So let's go in order. Promo points to the Dudleys. We'll start with that.
Yep. Devon. Okay.
Promo points to the Shining Stars.
Yep. Oh. Epico.
Finisher points to the Dudleys.
The Dudleys revoked their no tables edict and went to put Primo and Epico through the pine. They were denied even that as the club came out and jumped the originals from behind, laying Bubba Ray out and putting Devon through his own table with a magic killer.
Yeah, but give the Dudleys finisher point first.
Okay.
Because they 3D'd one of the Shining Stars.
How do tag team finishers work? Is it 1 point per person?
1 point to each. Because
no, they tried. Did they actually successfully 3D one of them?
Yes, they 3D'd one and then went to get the tables, and that's when.
Okay. 3D on Epico. Okay. And the Wazop headbutt on Primo. That's a signature.
Fair play.
That's 2 more points for each of the Dudley Boys.
Hey, they actually gave us points before they retired. How about that, gentlemen?
Go Dudleys.
And then we have an appearance by the club. So they each get 3 points for showing up and another one for hitting the magic killer. So that's 4 points for each member of the club.
The Dudleys weren't a dead pick.
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Well, at least they started off giving us points. Unlike
okay. So there we go. Moving along. And following this, we had a main event of Roman Reigns defeating Chris Jericho to advance to the Fatal 4-Way next week.
And many points were had by Roman Reigns.
How many? For finishers and signatures.
I don't fucking remember. I know he speared Jericho to pin him.
Right.
I know. How many Superman punches did he go for in that match? I don't remember. I know he went for at least one.
Well, it says that he did Superman punch Kevin Owens.
He did do that, yeah.
So that's 2.
I seem to remember he at least tried to Superman punch Jericho, maybe? At least once? I don't remember.
Let's see. He went for a Superman punch, but Jericho dodged it. Then he got put in the walls and fought out of the walls.
Oh, that's the thing. If we're giving signature points, are we giving points for signature escapes, or is it only finisher escapes?
Might as well go for signature escapes too. What the hell?
Okay, so does he get a Superman punch point for that? Or does it only count if he actually connects with it?
Yeah, no, because he didn't connect with it, so he doesn't get the point. Jericho gets a finisher escape point for it.
Okay, so
let's see. Let me look through here. So we got Roman has. No. Reigns hits the drive-by, so that's 1. We know he Superman punched Owens. He finished it with a spear.
3.
So that's about it. So 3 there, plus the walls that Jericho escape is another 3 is 6 points, plus the requisite 25 for winning a match, puts Roman Reigns at 31 points for the evening.
Main event.
Plus an additional 9 for being in the main event. That's 40 points, Roman Reigns.
Main event win.
All right. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho.
Jim, did you give him main event win points?
Yes, I said 9. That's 5 for win, 4 for being in it. Pay attention, please.
Well, when you first said it, it sounded like you were just saying match and win, not main event match and main event win.
They said 9. I didn't realize that was both together.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Please don't do it. Please don't do this every week.
Well, then you need to make sure we understand what we think, because even John didn't understand what you were doing. You can't do everything in your head, Jim.
No, but when you say main event, I'm going to give it for both. I know that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so let's see. Chris Jericho. He applied, let's see. He applied the walls twice. Oh, no, actually, Reigns escaped 2 walls. Reigns gets another 3 points.
Dude, you picked the wrong
Okay.
Reigns.
I didn't have a choice.
So Jericho gets 1 point, gets 3 points for dodging a Superman punch, and then 2 more points for the walls is 5.
Yeah.
And then he has the requisite 5 for competing, so 10 points Jericho.
Break the walls down.
Also, 3 more points to Roman because he knees blocked a lion salt.
Okay, fair enough.
There we go.
And kept points to Kevin Owens for interference.
Oh, and then he hit a Superman punch, so Roman actually gets 1 more point. And what were you saying? And then Kevin Owens gets accompaniment to ring points and interference points, respectively, so that's 9 points for KO.
I don't think KO came down with him. I think he came out in the middle of the match. I could be wrong. I don't remember.
I think it still counts because he's at ringside with Jericho. I would still count it. It doesn't matter whether they come out at the beginning or in the middle.
Fair enough.
So 9 points to KO.
God, adding signature just means Roman Reigns is getting a fuck ton of points.
Pretty much. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Monday Night Raw.
Total up. Let's see how much I'm ahead of you guys.
I'm not sure we want to know.
Equals sum. That's all you gotta do.
Or all equals or something?
Yeah,
it auto defaults to some.
What are you doing?
Making sure the total ends up down here where it's supposed to be.
Oh. Oh, you're using the auto summation. Fair enough.
Yes, I am.
Jeez.
So we come out with Team Shield in the lead at 266 points. You Can't Team That is coming in at second with 151 points, and Team Bullet Club trailing behind at 86 points. That's going to drastically change in 5 minutes because Team Bullet Club has most of the SmackDown main event.
Yeah.
I like if you add Jim's and mine together. We don't equal them.
Yeah. That is sad. It's a sad day.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
he got most of the SmackDown stuff. I still have Dean Ambrose.
You do, but Dean Ambrose didn't do fuck all. He sat on the commentary desk.
So he gets commentary points.
He does. Oh, 5 points. Whoop-de-doo.
That's more than my Rusev has.
And promo points and showing up points.
Well, we'll see what happens. Going on in for SmackDown. Live. All right. Now let me go back here real quick. Here, I need to put the totals in here. Check the totals. So we've got this be for Raw, which aired on 8. What the hell was the date of Raw? 22.
Okay.
I'm going to do SDL for 8/23. Okay. And then we're going to change these team names. I need to reorganize these as well.
Do that.
Cut that, insert it over here. Okay. Bullet Club.
Ooh, club.
Team Shield. No, I'm just going to do this for the sake of ease, rather than stupid initials. Bullet. Shield. I'm going to team as that.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll put the totals in. So Bullet had 86 points. And Shield clocked in at 266, and I'm at 151. Okay. Also, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to delete a couple of these extra boxes so this isn't that far down. Delete. There we go. It's a little better. Alrighty. Let's check out what happened on SmackDown, shall we, boys?
Yep. John is indisposed at the moment.
John is what?
Indisposed at the moment.
Okay. In the middle of a live broadcast. That's great.
Hey, when nature calls, nature calls.
This is why I have to break in between the videos.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to keep going.
Yes.
So SmackDown opens up with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan unveiling the new SmackDown Women's and Tag Team Championships.
Fair enough.
So all 6 divas and all the tag teams get appearance points.
Woo!
You don't have any of them.
Yes, I do. I have
You have
the Usos. I have Nikki Bella.
Okay, you have a couple.
I have Carmella.
Oh, I forgot you had Carmella. All right, so you got a few.
I have Eva Marie, but I don't think she was actually there.
No. And then 3 to, let's see, 3 to Natalia.
I just tried to validate all my SmackDown people.
3 to the Vaudevillains. 3 to Tyler Breeze.
Breezy.
That's what we got here. Over on this side, what do we have here? 3 to Chad Gable. 3 to Jason Jordan. 3 to Mojo Rawley. 3 to Naomi. And I guess that's about it. And 3 to Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder. Oh, and 3 to Alexa Bliss.
No, that's right. She is on SmackDown, isn't she?
There we go. Okay. So we did all this. So all these people were in the ring. The titles were unveiled. And they were then interrupted by Heath Slater, who showed up yearning for a contract and a title opportunity. They agreed that if he could find a partner, he'd be entered in the tournament. But they'd have to win the entire tournament if he wanted to be signed to the Blue Brand. So Heath Slater gets 8 points for appearance and promo.
I may quit SmackDown if Heath Slater and Rhino win the titles. But what the fuck?
You know, it's too bad they were all even. It would have been amazing if we just left Heath Slater off undrafted.
Then AJ Styles made his way down to ringside. Oh, yeah, by the way, it should be noted that just prior to SmackDown, there was a brawl in the back.
Okay.
He was ambushed from behind by the Show-Off. They picked up where they left off backstage. So AJ and AJ gets appearance and promo, and then Dolph gets he didn't say anything, so he just gets appearance. And we proceed from there.
And you said AJ came down in the middle of all that fucker.
I did all that. Speak up.
I said you said that AJ Styles came down in the middle of all that fuckery.
Yep. After the Heath Slater stuff.
So he gets more promo points?
No, that was the promo.
Oh, okay.
In the earlier portion, they were just beating each other up at the backstage, which would have just been an appearance anyway, which just kind of spilled into the opening thing. So,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
oh, we apparently have a poll at WWE.com. Which debut championship do you like the most? The Universal, the SmackDown Tag, or the SmackDown Women's?
Women's.
Apparently, 45% said the tag titles, 31 the women's, and 23 the Universal.
Wow. I think those tag titles are up. Okay.
Next up, Becky Lynch defeated Alexa Bliss in your face. That was with a disarmer. So that's 26 points to Becky Lynch. And Dana, not Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss. I'm getting those two confused.
That's racist.
That's blonde list. Not all blonde women look the same, damn it.
No, but those two women are blonde and have the same body type.
Not really, no.
Dana's a little bit...
Kind of has the glamazon body type. Alexa Bliss, not so much.
Well, Alexa Bliss is a little bit like that, though.
Not really.
Well, whatever. Either way, she gets 5 points for competing.
That's kind of an insult to Dana Brooke, considering Dana Brooke was a professional bodybuilder.
I guess you're right. Alexa Bliss is... I see Alexa Bliss next to people like Eva Marie. She looks like she's a little more buff than she is.
Yeah, because she has skill and actually works out.
Yeah. Anyway, moving along. The Usos defeated the Ascension in a tag team tournament match.
Who fought the Ascension?
Usos.
The Usos.
Yeah!
3/4 of those ones.
Ended with
the Ascension.
Ended with Jimmy Uso hitting a huge splash onto Victor. So, with a tag team match here, Jimmy Uso earns himself 26 points for the victory. 29. And then 20 points will go to Jay for being his partner.
Okay.
That reminds me, let me bring up the other SmackDown thing on Raja here. Hang on.
Over to the Ascension.
Yeah, I'll get that in a second.
And of course, I have the one that actually lost the match.
Yep. By the way, I don't know if you gentlemen noticed, but SmackDown also had a new set this week.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I'll show you a picture of that later once we're off the air.
Okay.
In the meantime, this all happens. Okay.
Give us our ascension points, Jim.
Yes. So the Ascension lost. Oh, so Jay hit a super kick and a splash, so Jay actually should get another
Woo.
point. And then the Ascension each get 5 for showing up.
You know what? Looking at my roster, I kind of wish I had Nia Jax now. Because then I'd have the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, in between those matches, we missed that Heath Slater was in the back looking for a partner and approached The Miz. And it looked like The Miz was agreeing, but he was on his Bluetooth. So that's a promo points for The Miz and Heath Slater. 8 for The Miz. Slater gets 5.
Was Maurice not with him?
Apparently not. So we had the Usos Ascension match. So AJ Styles came out to the ring next. AJ Styles. He called out Dolph Ziggler for being jealous of what he did at SummerSlam. Tells the audience they don't have to be Cena fans anymore. They can be AJ Styles fans now. AJ and Styles promo on each other, and Daniel Bryan comes out and books them for the main event, saying if Ziggler wins, he'll make that AJ Styles is already the #1 contender and will face Ambrose. If Dolph wins his match, it'll become a triple threat.
So promo wins to AJ and Dolph?
Yep.
And then all the points to AJ Styles.
Yep, Dolph gets another promo. So him, okay.
Was this the main event?
It is when we get there. Next up, we had a non-existent match between Nikki Bella and Carmella because Nikki got a massive face pop and Carmella heel turned.
Okay.
So that's basically Renee Young tried to interview Nikki, so Nikki would get promo points, and then Carmella assaulted her.
So Carmella gets nothing because she already got showing up points? That seems kind of not fair.
Would you classify that as an OMG?
No.
I'll give her 3 points. If it was nothing else, 3. I said if it was nothing else, 3 appearance points.
Okay.
Even if they already have them, any subsequent things you don't get additional appearance, but if it's only an appearance, you get appearance.
Okay, that's fair.
And then Nikki Bella technically gets the promo.
Promo, yeah.
Where is she, Nikki Bella? Okay. So that happened. Oh, yeah, and Carmella hit Nikki with a Bella Buster, so she gets a finisher point.
Is that Carmella's finishing move?
No, but it's a finishing move.
But it only counts if it's not her finishing move, if she's looking at the person who does it. That's Bree's finishing move. So that won't count.
Nikki has used it too, but fair enough.
No, remember Nikki's finishing move is the fucking Shadow Fall.
I know, but she has used the Bella Buster before.
Yeah, against Bree.
For God's sake. Finishing moves used by both Bella Buster from 08 to 2013 and Twin Magic.
Which is fair enough, but it's not currently her finishing move, so it wouldn't count.
All right.
Shit, I didn't know Twin Magic counted.
Tag team finisher, dude.
Simultaneously switching places on a distracted referee, often followed by a Bella Buster or a small package.
Fair enough. It makes sense they would have the same finishing move during that time because they would have to be the Twin Magic thing.
Yep. All right, so that happened. Randy Orton then comes out and gets promo points for addressing his loss at SummerSlam. He's then interrupted by Bray Wyatt, who cuts a promo on him.
Promo points all around.
Indeed. 8 points Bray Wyatt, 8 points Randy Orton. Okay.
He shares the voices.
Pretty much. So let's see. Shane was in the back talking some shit about Brock Lesnar. No points for that. Heath Slater tries to recruit Arn Anderson as a tag partner, but fails. But he ends up getting Rhino. So promo for Slater and Rhino.
Yeah.
And it ain't for Rhino because it was his first appearance. Okay.
No.
Then American Alpha defeated Breezango in the tag team tournament.
All the points go to John.
Alpha is defined as being the first. So yeah, right. Okay. So they finished them off with a Grand Amplitude, which always ends with Gable getting a pinfall. So Gable will get 26 points.
Did either of them use a finisher or a signature?
I don't know. I'll let you know in a minute. And yes, they used the Grand Amplitude. That's a fucking finisher.
There you go.
And then Jason Jordan would get 20. And 1 would be 24 for him. Go away.
And then thank you for coming points to Breezango.
Yep. Let me just see what else happened here. Hang on. Let's see. Breeze got a super kick in for a near fall, so Breeze gets a finisher point.
Okay.
And then Breeze went for another super kick, but Jordan hit him with a suplex, so that's another dodge for Jordan. So Breeze gets, so Jason Jordan gets a finisher escape, so that's 3 more for Jason Jordan. And then Breeze gets 1 connected finisher and 5 for appearing, so 6 points to Tyler Breeze. And then
wow, I'm still
5 points to Fandango. Fandango. Who has Fandango? Oh, I have Fandango. Okay.
Yes, you have Breezango.
All right. So after this, Dolph Ziggler came down from the Dean Ambrose came down from the casino where he was hanging out because they were at the Mohegan Sun.
Promo points to Dean Ambrose.
No, Dean Ambrose just went out to the commentary desk.
Okay, so showing up points for Dean Ambrose. We'll get the commentary points later.
Well, the main event's right now, so we'll do that. I'll just get Dean Ambrose out of the way.
Okay.
So Dean Ambrose will get 5 points for being on commentary and 3 for showing up. 8 points, Ambrose.
Woo! Let's go, Ambrose.
And then AJ Styles defeated Dolph Ziggler in the main event. Oh, let's see here.
All the points.
Whip Ziggler into the ring stabs, a big drop kick, splash in the corner, neck breaker, elbow. Let's see. So AJ blocked a super kick, so that doesn't count for Ziggler. Ziggler escaped a Styles clash, which is 3 points, then hits a zigzag, which is 4. And so that's 4 points plus 5 for appearing is 9 points to Dolph Ziggler.
Plus main event match.
Right, which is another 4, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points Dolph Ziggler. That's the AJ Styles, according to this. Gets in his finisher escape for dodging the super kick, so that's 3. For blocking it, rather. He avoided a second super kick, so he gets 6 for that. He had a Styles clash for the win, which is 7 points. And then he gets the so 20 for winning and 5 for competing, plus the 7 puts him at 32, plus 9 for the main event, puts him at 41 points.
There you go, John. There's your equalizer to Roman Reigns.
AJ Styles. And with that, we come to the end of SmackDown.
Let's see how badly off you are, Jim.
The scores clock in.
Holy crap! There you go, John. You're Mr. SmackDown.
AJ Styles is not.
Yeah, he is. Holy shit.
He is the blue team.
Yeah.
The scores clock in at Team Shield still in the lead with 357 points.
We'll see how they book AJ Styles, because that may radically change come the pay-per-view.
You Can't Team That is still holding on to second place with 258. But Team Bullet Club is quick on its heels with 226.
Good God, look at that jump from Raw to SmackDown on Bullet Club, man. Jeez.
I got some smack.
Wow. That is ridiculous. Yeah, John might have a come from behind here, dude. Just every SmackDown racking it up like that, he's going to fucking crush us.
We shall see. We shall see. So with that, we come down to the end of SmackDown and the end of our scoring for the evening.
Yeah, see, we have very balanced teams, and it's going to come down to the pay-per-views. Those are going to be the deciding factors.
Indeed. So any final comments, thoughts, anything you want to say to our audience regarding this week's WWE goings-on?
Yay, AJ Styles.
Yeah, really.
Agreed.
American Alpha.
Well, technically, Richard's going to be annihilated because not only could AJ Styles win the title, but he's probably going to have the SmackDown Tag Champs. Because American Alpha.
I'm going to say, believe in the Shield. What? Wow, I made him go away.
That would guess the end of the recording.
I know.
Goodbye, everybody. Oh, wait. Give me control. And we're back.
I will turn off your video.
What's wrong with believing the Shield?
Anyway. So with that all said, we thank you out there in Internet land for joining us. And as we do this a few times, this will become quicker. And we'll hopefully get this going on a little faster, minus pay-per-view weeks, obviously. So stay tuned for next week. Like I said, every Thursday night we'll be doing this right around midnight, give or take a few minutes. And we will see you next week. Thank you, too, for joining me. What did you think? Successful program?
Very much so. This was fun.
Indeed. Will John be coming over every week for this, or is he going to do this from home most weeks?
Well, yeah, from home most weeks.
Fair enough. So with that, I'm James Phoenix. We're the League of Opinionated Gentlemen. We'll see you next time.
Good night.